Today on Fry the Chef, we're going to make carnitas. Beautiful Mexican shredded pork. It's the same thing as pulled pork, a lot spicier, a lot more exciting because of all the heavy spices from Mexico. It's going to be slow cooked in a crock pot, and the outcome will be delicious. So the first step is to take the pork and saute it with a lot of heavy herbs, and then you set it up in some water with some lime juice and let it cook for about 4 hours. It over the top. It makes it a beautiful carnitas. The secret is the seasoning. You're going to zest 3 limes and then add the lime juice to the meat and we put it in the crock pot. And that gives it the extra boost of lime with the nice oils from the skin. Now we've zested the limes, we're going to zest the orange and put the orange juice in as well. And that takes the flavor out even more. Now Maria's going to take the pork from the frying pan and stick it in the crock pot. You can see how incredible the seasoning is. The orange zest, the lime zest. I'm going to deglaze the pan, in other words put cold water in the hot pan and take all that crystallized sugar from the pork. Look at that. That makes a gravy, and that goes into it while it's slow cooking. It's absolutely heavenly. So now she's putting in chicken stock, and we're deglazing more with that, and she's going to put the rest on top of the pork in the pot. And then we'll just cut up the limes and the oranges and use that to coat the pork, and we'll add a little bit of water to cover it, and that way we're sure that it comes out nice and tender. The orange is going in now. You get all that nice juice and all the zest is on top, so you're getting all the incredible orange goodness. So as you can tell, the difference between this and pulled pork is hickory smoked, and that's your flavor. Here you get all kinds of spices, and we're topping it off with fresh cilantro. You get just incredible sort of spiciness that only Mexican cooking can give you. We also add onion and garlic, just for flavor, so you don't need a lot. Just put around the edges. Once again, we're going to cover it with water so it'll all seep through into the meat. So she's adding garlic cloves. These are pre-cut, paper taken off, so it's a lot easier. And you just throw them in because the flavor will just come right out. You're pretty much boiling it for 4 hours. And we never hold back on the garlic. No vampires come here. So add a glass of water. You're pretty much just trying to get it right up to the top of the meat. We can move the meat around so it goes down a little further. And that's it. 4 hours, and we'll be back and we'll show you how to make it into some of the tastiest pork you ever had. Now we're going to chop up all these vegetables for toppings for the tortillas. Since it's so hot outside, we're going to have a nice refreshing salad of spinach, strawberries, feta cheese, and balsamic and olive oil. So we made a beautiful salad of spinach, strawberries, balsamic vinegar, olive oil, and then some feta cheese, and salt and pepper. Balsamic vinegar really highlights the strawberries and works with the black pepper in a way you can't believe. Super, super delicious. Now our vegetables are all diced. We have lime, tomato, green onion, cabbage, and cilantro ready to be put on top of the tortilla, which will hold the succulent carnitas. So now we're going to open up the crock pot. And this has been simmering now for about 5 hours. See, the fat comes right off. There are bones in there, but that's fine. And we're just putting it all in a frying pan. And then we're going to shred it. And this is what we do to make it nice and crispy because we're going to throw it into the oven under the broiler. This is so tender, it just falls apart. Look at that. Shreds instantly. Now the secret to keeping it moist while you're putting it in the broiler is to dip a little bit of the juice that it cooked in, and there is making sure we're not getting the bones or anything in there.
Or the fat.
Or the fat. And then just ladling it onto the meat so that it has some moisture underneath it. So it'll be crisp on top and just succulent moist underneath. So the difference between this and pulled pork is that pulled pork is just smoked with hickory. And this has just all kinds of flavor going on. Now it's going to go into the broiler. We have a side of refried beans. And then we use this tortilla pan to warm up the tortillas. This is a flour. And when it's ready, after a couple minutes, we put it in this as a tortilla warmer. Now where I come from, we never had tortillas. We never had garlic. In Chicago and the Midwest, it was pretty bland going for a long time. So, once you really explore how people in the different regions make their meals, you'll appreciate it more. For instance, my sister makes these in the microwave, and they taste like, well, raw. There's a good shot of your broiler. We're trying to crisp the top of the pork just so it's crusty on the very top and of course moist down below. We have our tortilla going, and now we have our official tortilla warmer. I knew that would appear. This is Maria's son Jason, otherwise known as Little Fader, world famous DJ in Orange County, which is totally cool. And you watch him how he assembles his carnitas. He's just testing it to see how it works. There, now you know how a professional does it.